Welcome to Over and Under, our championship weekend. What a great year it's been, huh, Justin?
It's been a wild one. It really has.
Some great football has been played, no doubt about it. Man, we got some exciting games this week. Last week they were pretty exciting as well, though, wasn't they? I didn't do too bad. I didn't do too good either, man.
I didn't do good.
I picked 3 out of the 4 winners, but that doesn't help me when I can't pick the over and under. You know,
I was 2-2. That was horrible.
It's been my downfall all year as far as making money is that over and under. I need to stay the hell away from it and just pick the spread and go on with it. But I didn't. We'll do that next year, I guess. Next year's a new year. Can't wait. But right now, let's deal with this one right here. That was a great game last week between the 49ers and San Francisco. I really thought
down to the wire.
Honestly, I thought Dallas should have won that game. I think
they had many opportunities.
I think them turnovers just murdered them, man. I mean, if there was ever a game where you could point to say that turnover just was the absolute reason they lost the game, hey, them 2 interceptions that Dak threw, they absolutely lost that game for the Cowboys. No doubt in my mind about it. It was still a great game. I thought
getting hurt too helped.
That didn't help.
That didn't help.
It definitely didn't help them whatsoever. But you know that Purdy didn't look too bad. He didn't look too great, but he didn't look bad.
He looked about average. I figured this would be a game that I thought he would look worse than that.
Yeah, I thought that defense was going to come at him, and they did. They put some pressure on him. I mean, they
did for a while.
Their defense, the first half, Dallas' defense looked awesome. It really did. And I snuck around. You know, I picked San Francisco to win the game, but I snuck. And I had I had a little bet. I didn't want to tell my buddy because he's such a big Buffalo Bills fan. But I actually had 2 upsets, and it was Cincinnati and Dallas, both upsetting San Francisco.
That Bills game absolutely surprised me.
I wanted to see the Bills win bad. I really did. But
that was a weak outing by that whole team.
It was. But it was almost predictable if you wanted to know the truth. They look at how they played against Miami. They did not look good at all, man.
Injuries absolutely depleted that team, and for some reason, they were given way too much credit on their name than who was actually playing, I think.
I mean, they're a tough team, though. They really are, and everybody hyped them up. You're right.
DeMar Hamlin was actually their 3rd best defensive player. They lost probably their best in Von Miller. That'll kill you.
I think that changed everything for them, to be honest with you, when Von Miller went out. I thought that's where he would shine the most in the playoffs. And when they lost him, man, that's
where he's made his legacy out.
Yeah, that's the fact. There's no doubt about that. But they didn't look good at all, did they? I mean, Cincinnati looked like they were just going to.
They looked like they did not deserve a 2nd seed and to host a division game. That's what they looked like.
I mean, at home and their weather, the snow, that's Bills' weather, But I just didn't understand it. I mean, they wasn't putting no pressure on that quarterback whatsoever.
And that's what surprised me. They had their Bengals center got hurt pretty damn early too. They had 4 of the 5 was back up on the offensive line, and I did not see them.
You couldn't tell it, could you?
I for some reason, I don't know what the hell the thinking of that was, but they played a lot of zone.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow will absolutely kill his own. He'll set somebody in the flat, which he did the whole game and just murdered that defense.
I didn't like the way the coaches called that game, to tell you the truth, for the Bills. I don't think they, I think their game plan was doo-doo, if you want to know the truth. I really do. The Bills are going to have to get a running game somewhere. You can't count on your quarterback to do everything.
And I think that's what got to him. He was trying to do too much. Same with Dak Prescott, but with him, they have a running game. They had 2 running backs. One went out, but you still don't go away from that running game. They was absolutely torching San Francisco before Pollard got hurt. Went totally away from it afterwards.
Didn't look good for either one of those organizations, for real. I don't know what Buffalo is going to do. Like I said, I think they're going to have to get a running game. They're going to have to get a good running back that runs the ball and takes some of that load off of Josh Allen. They still need to patch up a couple holes in their defense, I think, but they're still behind. They're behind the Chiefs and Cincinnati.
They are now, yeah.
Right now, as far as I'm concerned.
And there's a lot of young teams coming. The Jags, Dolphins. If Dolphins get a quarterback, I don't think Tua is the starting quarterback for Miami next year. I really don't. If he is, it's going to be a down year for Miami, but if they get a respectable quarterback that's not going to be injured, that's going to be a really good team. I see Miami making a big comeback next year.
AFC is loaded in there.
It is.
AFC
is
absolutely loaded. But Man, I was sad to see the Bills lose. I mean, they've had such a man. Their organization went through so much shit over the years, losing 4 straight Super Bowls. I mean, that city deserves a champion, and someday they're going to get it. I don't know when, to be honest with you, man. To me, it just didn't look good at all, man. The Miami game and then last week's game against the Bengals did not look good. But then, there's a story on the other end. Cincinnati's been through a lot of hell. They've never won a Super Bowl. They've lost everyone. They've been to 3. They've lost them all. I remember watching the first one against San Francisco and Cincinnati. Kenny Anderson was the quarterback. They lost. Man, so that city's been through some hell too. So they might, they're still in the dance. So you never know. But
they got a really good shot at going back. I think it comes down to Mahomes. If he's hurt as much as I don't think he's that hurt. I really don't. He played that second half. And he was limping, but injuries like that, days after, I've had an actual high ankle sprain myself, and it was days after.
Yeah, I've had the same thing, and it was exactly how it was. It was days after, and it really was painful after 3 or 4 days, man.
When the swelling hits, that thing tightens up. You can barely move the damn thing.
Well, right now the Bengals are favored by 1 right now. It was 2.5.
There's been a lot of money put on the Bengals for that to drop like that.
Well, first the Chiefs were favored at first. Chiefs were favored at first, so it's moved all the way around. It has everything to do with that injury, but you know what? I don't trust none of that shit. You know what I mean? He might be fine. I don't know. You know what I mean? He did practice today. He's supposed to practice
today. He's most
today.
definitely playing. How hurt he is to be seen.
Well, you know how I think that game goes? I think the Bengals create a running game. They win that game. I really, truly believe that. But actually, that's if. There's no ifs for me. I think this is the second time I can remember that Mahomes has been the underdog at home. And I don't see why they're the underdog, to tell you the truth. I really don't. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs.
It has to do with that injury.
So it has to be the injury, and you know what? I think if he plays through that injury, if they can keep him in the pocket, where it negates that running game he's got, because he can run too, man. He's very elusive.
He's went away from that in the last couple seasons.
But he does a lot on the run. He throws the ball on the run a lot, and he's really good at it. So if they can contain him in the pocket, I think the Bengals have a good shot at winning the game. However, I'm not going to pick them. I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win the game. I just think the Chiefs are the better team. I think the Bengals are hot. The Bengals have won 10 in a row, I think.
They have.
So they're playing really good, and they're 3-0 against Kansas City with Burrow under the snap, man. So
I think that's why that line moved heavy. I bet there's a lot of money pushing towards Cincinnati to win this game.
I just hope I hope that he's not that injured where it doesn't affect the game.
Well, it's going to be 28 degrees is the high Sunday in Kansas City. And this is a night game. He's going to have a rough time.
Any kind of touching that, even touching it's going to hurt, especially in the cold weather. So if he gets hit, that's if they're telling us the truth about all this. So I never know with football. They never tell you the truth. You never know what the hell is going on unless they're setting out. If he's playing, he's playing.
He's most definitely playing.
He's definitely going to play. There ain't no doubt about that.
I'll probably wait till kickoff to actually place my bet just to see kind of pregame how he's running, how he's moving, and whatnot. I know he's definitely playing. There's no way he's missing that AFC Championship.
Well, I'm taking the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs in this game. They're at home. I know they've lost to the Bengals three straight times with Burrow as quarterback, but I like the Chiefs. They've only lost by 3. The games have been close.
They've been really close.
And I think that somehow the Chiefs find a way to win the game. Nothing's changed with the Cincinnati offensive line. Just Buffalo didn't take advantage of it. Kansas City will take advantage of that. Their offensive linemen are out. 3 of them. Hey, believe me, that coach will find a way to put pressure on Joe Burrow. That's why I say if they can get a running game going, I think Cincinnati's going to be okay. If they can't get a running game going, and they can put some pressure on Burrow and play solid defense, and Patrick Mahomes plays decent, I think Kansas City wins the game. That's my prediction.
I'm going to take the Chiefs too. The Ravens actually played the Bengals absolutely way too close, and that one shouldn't have been that close of a game. I want to go over on that, but it's going to be really cold. The Chiefs have to blitz. They pull back into a zone defense. He's going to eat them alive. Kansas City does not have good secondary. They're among the worst in the NFL this year. They'll have to blitz. They'll have to get pressure on him, make him uncomfortable in the pocket. I think the Chiefs' offense will do fine. I think they'll score. I'm going to take the Chiefs' money line, but I'm going to wait till almost until kickoff to make my bet.
The over and under's been wild this year in the playoffs. And last week it was totally the opposite of the week before. Everybody's under.
I predicted
last week
that,
everybody's
yeah.
over, and it's unbelievable, man.
Every game hit the under last week. That
Blows
was
me
crazy.
away. Playoffs are hard to pick, especially with the over and under. You throw that in there, you know what I mean? It's very, 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 very hard to pick. The second game, actually it was the first game. I think the Chiefs are the second game.
Chiefs are the night.
So San Francisco's the first game. San Francisco and Philly. I like Philly in this game all day. I love San Francisco. They're one of my favorite teams, to be honest with you. But I think Philly's just too tough, man. They've got 4 players on that defensive line with 10 or more sacks. First time I've ever seen it in my lifetime. 10 or more. They got 70 total sacks. The team second to them is the Chiefs, actually, with 55 sacks.
Yeah, they're away from them.
So you talk about getting at the quarterback, and this rookie so far has had it pretty damn good. He's played pretty good, but he's also had
he worries me.
He's had a lot of help. You know what I mean?
He worries me.
They've designed a lot of plays to keep his ass out of the danger zone, so to speak. But I think Philly's going to come after him at home. I think it's going to be a task that he ain't going to be able to overcome. I think their defense is ranked number 1, and they are number 1 defense. San Francisco's got a great defense, and I think the only way San Francisco can possibly win this game is on their defense and keeping Hurts in the pocket. If I was them, if I was the coach of San Francisco, I would contain. My objective would be to contain him in that pocket. Don't let him beat you with his legs. Make him beat you with his arm, and let's put it on the cornerback's shoulders and ride with them and the defensive line and see how we go. I would not let him get in a running game, where he runs and does whatever he wants, because that opens everything up for him, man. So if they keep him in the pocket, I think they got a shot at winning the game. But I got to take Philadelphia. They're favored by 2.5. I think they'll win that easily. I think they'll probably win by 7. I got to take Philadelphia at home, no doubt about that. They're just too good, man. They're too good all the way around. I know there was a couple games Washington beat them, and they beat them by solid defense, to be honest with you. Philly didn't score much that game. And if San Francisco can duplicate that, hey, we might see what I want. I want to see Cincinnati and San Francisco, and I want to see San Francisco win the Super Bowl. I love them, but I wouldn't be upset if Cincinnati won the Super Bowl, because hell, they've never won one. I'm the type, I always root for who's never done this. You know what I mean? If you've never done something, I'm rooting for you. And Cincinnati's never won the Super Bowl, so if they get there, I wouldn't mind if they won, and I wouldn't be mad if they lost. Because I like San Francisco 49ers, man. Good team. They haven't won since '95. I haven't been there since '95.
Long time.
It's a long time, man. That's a great organization. Over the years, growing up, it's odd how I've changed over the years, because I used to hate San Francisco. I was a Bears fan, been a Bears fan all my life, and they just killed us until '85, and then that's when things turned around for the Bears. But after that, still, San Francisco didn't go away. We had Montana forever. He was great. And then Steve Young waiting in the wings when he got his opportunity. He turned out to be great as well. There've been some great games with San Francisco involved over the years. Ain't no doubt about that. Cowboys and San Francisco, that was a great rivalry over the years. Like I said, I thought Dallas should have won that game.
They should have. I thought it was going to be a big rivalry game for that NFC Championship.
I don't think Dallas can get over the hump with that Prescott. I really don't, man.
When Pollard went out, that absolutely destroyed that game. For some reason, they went away from the run. I don't think that Ezekiel Elliott had more than 30 yards rushing. That absolutely let them key on Dak Prescott. That was too good of a defense to be doing that.
Yeah, Prescott, he did some boneheaded, them throws there were some stupid interceptions, man. That one was tipped, and intercepted. But the other one, I mean, he just threw it right to the cornerback there. It was insane, man.
The one that was tipped though was thrown right to a defender.
Yeah.
He just didn't catch it. It just happened to be a lucky bounce to go into the other defender's hand, but he threw it right.
The one Warner got, you were talking about?
He threw it right to him.
I don't know, man. I don't think the Cowboys can stick with Dak. I really don't. But they're committed with money wise. What are they going to do?
Change that game plan.
Huh?
They got 2 running backs. Ezekiel Elliott's still on contract for a couple of years. Pollard, I think, is on his rookie deal still. Figure out something with that running game. I would take the pressure off him tremendously. If not, it's going to be a long season next
There's
year.
some good stories coming out of these playoffs, no doubt about it. We'll be talking about it all year long. Everybody will. And that's one of them. You know, Dallas, they never shut up about Dallas. They're always barking about the Cowboys.
Cowboys had a really good team this year.
They really did. I was impressed with the way they beat Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay was who I thought they were, man.
I seen that one coming.
They wasn't even close to the Super Bowl Tampa. You know, the team.
I had faith in them to beat the 49ers. I really did. That injury really did kill it, though. I watching that live when I seen that happen. I feel like that was the end of that game. It turned the whole momentum around.
I don't know, man. My turnaround in that game was when he threw the interceptions. I knew it was over with. When they give points away down there, it was in close to the red zone too. The one, I mean, they were close. They was at least 3 points. So I mean, that was a big difference. And then San Francisco turns around and scores off of that.
Right
so
after, yeah.
I mean, that was a big blow to the Cowboys. Them interceptions, ain't no doubt about that, man. And I don't
Especially
know. I don't see that. Philly's going to do that. I don't think Philly's going to give gifts away to San Francisco this time. I really don't. That's why I'm picking Philly. I think Hurts. I don't know. He's better than Dak Prescott, but he's playing better this year than Dak Prescott.
He's playing great within that system. They run a wildcat type of offense, which I do not like because a good defense can make you one-dimensional, like Washington did. Washington has one of the best defenses in football this year, but that's absolutely what they did. They made him throw the ball. They don't let him get outside the pocket. They didn't let them run the wildcat.
His shoulder still hurt a little bit.
I don't think it is.
Doesn't look like it.
I don't think it is. No, I think he's good to go. I still think San Francisco wins this game. Purdy, he's about his average quarterback status. I showed last week. Cowboys should have won that game, but I think he has a good game. San Francisco has weapons. They have a defense. They have a championship defense.
I think Philly's got 8 Pro Bowlers on that team.
They
right
do.
now. So I mean, they've got the players, man. They stack up just as good as San Francisco.
This is going to be a really
do.
good game. The line's 2.5. Both of these games are pick'em games.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think both of them are picking games. I just like Philly. They're at home.
I think they stumble up. I really do.
San Fran's won 12 straight. I mean, they're hot, and they've been playing their tails off. They really have.
Kyle Shanahan is a Super Bowl should have been winning coach.
Yeah.
They absolutely threw them. Just can't even get in the Atlanta Super Bowl that they just absolutely could down the ball in. But he's been there. He knows. He's been in big games. He's coached big games. I think I'm gonna take the 49ers money line. I just think they win this game. All the money right now that I've been watching is on Philly. We'll see come the weekend, but I'm gonna take the 49ers money line.
Yeah, I got to take Philly, man, and I don't want to. I really don't. I want to see, like I said, I want to see San Francisco get there. But last week I picked with my heart because I have a lot of friends that love Buffalo and this and that. But deep down, honestly,
I still feel like Buffalo would show up. That really surprised me. That's the only game
deep
of
down
this playoffs.
Deep down I knew it was an upset. I really did. I honestly did. I bet Cincinnati.
Logically, first game that they played in the year, they were handily beaten Buffalo. They were outmatched. Buffalo was outmatched. If that game would have played out, Cincinnati would have won that game. But the elements, it being in Buffalo, that environment, I thought Buffalo was going to win that game. I thought it was going to be a closer game than what it was.
Well, I actually
too.
thought it was going to be a lot closer, a lot better.
That's really what surprised me.
I mean, when I looked up and seen, I mean, there were 14
14
zip, and I'm
nothing.
like, what the hell is going on? But then you could just see they couldn't do nothing against Cincinnati, man. They could not get to it.
He was overthrown, underthrown people. That was just a horrible game.
It was.
I think Josh Allen set the tone early. I think he was nervous. I think it got to him. Pressure of them being at home. That's his first game hosting a division round.
Did you hear the big conspiracy coming out of that game that DeMar Hamlin is dead and they had a body double up in the booth making the heart sign? There's some crazy fans out there, isn't there, man? No doubt about it. But you know what? I'm gonna have to make me some money this week.
I think that was. I don't want to say the NFL doing that, but the more people talk and conspiracies and drama-filled type of headlines, he didn't take his face thing off, which for whatever reason, I don't know why.
Freezing up there, man.
No, he's in a suite.
Oh,
That's a big presidential suite up there. It's air conditioned, heat. I think they did that just for ratings, etc.
I don't know. I don't pay much attention to that shit.
I don't either.
You know, it was all bullshit.
There's always
he's
conspiracy
definitely alive and kicking, and that was him there. So I don't even want to get into that nutty ass shit right there. I got to make some money this week, man. So I got to come up with some parlays. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take. I'm gonna take under in that Phillies game. I think. Now this is not my prediction. This is what I'm telling you. What I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet $100. I'm gonna take the Chiefs. And I'm going to take the Eagles. So you get better money if the Chiefs are underdogs, I think. So
yeah.
I'm taking the Chiefs, Eagles, and I'm going to go under. And then I'll throw in some anytime touchdowns. I don't know. We'll see. Kelsey, they're probably going to key on him. Cincinnati ain't going to let him.
I still think he scores.
I tell you what, Cincinnati is not going to just let him catch the ball 14 times and run all over the field after watching. They're going to be watching film of that. Believe me, they're going to key on his ass. So
I still think he scores.
He might. I mean, I'm not saying he won't, but I'm saying he is not going to have it as easy as he did last week. There ain't no doubt about that. And I tell you what, to me, that game wasn't no blowout. I think Jacksonville was right in that game. Hey, they were rushing, and the receiver fumbled the ball down there on about the 7 or 8 yard line. So they had a shot, man. Jacksonville played really good. We didn't talk much about them, but I think they got a future ahead of them. I really do.
They do.
I like their quarterback. I like their coach. I like their team. I like their defense. They're young. They'll be back. Then next year, a couple of years, you're going to hear from them. They're not going to be like this. Ain't a one and done deal, I don't think, for them. So we didn't talk about them. So I wanted to mention them a little bit.
They got a good coach.
They got a great coach. Yeah, he won the Super Bowl with Philly. I don't know what happened with that relationship with Philly. I don't know why he got booted out of there, but that's just the way football is, man. You're great one day and you're a bum the next. Like old Prescott, they're on. Did you see that Dallas's own Twitter account? I forget verbatim what it said. Something about we were in that game, we had it all the way, and Dak Prescott gave it away. That's crazy, isn't it? You're gonna dog your own quarterback like that?
I think they trade him.
Huh?
I think they trade him.
I tell you what, I think they should trade him. I'm being honest with you.
Or whoever controls that Twitter, they fired on the spot.
Yeah. No, you know
one or the other.
There ain't no way. Jerry Jones is up top. He's the king of all that. You know that. That's his team. That went through. Believe me, that he's not. He wasn't blindsided by that. He knew that was being put out there. They're not gonna put something out there without asking Jerry Jones if they could do it. Believe me, he probably had him do it. So. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see Dallas would change. You know, what about
that core they have? I would like to see them get a new quarterback.
Who would you like to see as quarterback in Dallas?
There's a lot of moving pieces. Lamar Jackson is a free agent.
Yeah.
I think he stays with the Ravens, but me personally, if I was him, I really would not. They need a lot of weapons. They need a lot of pieces in Baltimore.
Could you imagine him on the Cowboys?
They're already a Super Bowl contender. They would
jump. I mean, honestly, could you imagine him on the Cowboys? Wow, what the hell?
I don't think that's a good fit.
How about Aaron Rodgers?
I could see that. I could never see. I don't know. That's a Green Bay Dallas is a pretty deep rivalry too.
I don't know. That would be. I mean, you know, he could use the Tom Brady model. Look, they thought he was washed up. He went on to Tampa, won a Super Bowl. I mean, I could see Rodgers doing the same thing, man.
That's going to be an interesting storyline too, where he.
That would be. I would love to see him on the Cowboys.
I think he's done in Green Bay.
Football, I hate to see it. I hate to see the weeks dwindle away because I love watching football, man. It's the best sport in the world. And guess what? We only got 3 more games left to watch, man, this year. 3 more, and that's it. And I'm predicting, like I said, Kansas City and Philly. And I'm hoping it's total opposite. I'm hoping it's Cincinnati versus San Francisco, but that's my 2 picks, Kansas City and Philly.
I'm looking for a Chiefs 49ers Super Bowl. That would be a really good game. I think they're both evenly matched. You can't go wrong with any of these 4 teams. They've all 4 played really good football this year. But I think the Chiefs will win at home, and I think the 49ers. That's going to be a bigger upset than people think.
I hope you're right about that one. I really do, but I just don't see it. I see Philly winning that game at home, man. They're too strong all the way around the board. They got the home field advantage.
I see some turnovers. I'm gonna predict some.
That'd be the only way. That'd be the only way I see that Philadelphia could lose that game is turnovers. That'd be the only possible way.
49ers have the weapons offensively to stay.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
I mean,
they got some.
This will be a good game.
It's gonna be a great game. I
don't know why this is the day game. This should be a primetime night game. I think that's gonna be a better game than the AFC Championship game.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to both of them. I really am. Hey, by the way, we hit our goal. Want to thank everybody. So we'll be back next year, no doubt about that. And we're probably going to do some more things after football's over. We'll have to wait and see and see what we come up with. Keep you updated on it. But thank everyone for hitting the like button, subscribing and sharing. God bless you all for doing that. We really did appreciate it. And I was really happy to see that we finally hit our little goal. And so now we got a new goal.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
We'll figure that one out.
We'll figure that one out. So thank everybody. Good luck to everyone on your bets this weekend. And be safe. God bless you. And thank you again.